Hello everyone, Dan UpLateGamer here, and it's finally time. I'm going to start my franchise mode. The OSFM rosters came out yesterday, April 12th, and if you haven't seen those or if you've never used them, those are the best rosters because they give you the full minors rosters with the real players. So when you go to do your franchise, you're going to have your full AA and your full AAA with all the correct players. So I'd really suggest you go check those out. You can go into the roster vault. Those are the Operation Sports. It says OSFM Full Minors version 1. It's probably going to be the most downloaded roster. You're going to see it right probably at the top. So get those if you're wanting to start a franchise. But as you can see, I was trying to decide who I was going to use as my franchise. Kind of wanted to do the Seattle Mariners. But ends up, I just can't help it. I have to do my favorite team, the St. Louis Cardinals, first. Later, I may do a different team. And if I do, I may put it up for a vote. I'm leaning toward the Seattle Mariners. But I've thought about putting it up for a vote, which would be kind of cool. But to get going on this, I'm going to be very thorough. I'm very thorough in franchise. I love franchise mode. I love doing the trades, the running your roster, your whole team, working your budget, doing your drafting. I'm going to be very thorough on how I do it, and if you're a guy that really gets into that, you're going to love it. If not, I'm not going to say you may want to skip on to the games, but we're going to get started in this, and I'm going to go through every aspect of what I do when I'm running a franchise. I'm going to try to keep each season to about 20 episodes. That way I can go through 2 or 3 seasons, hopefully. That way you can see, how the team develops over those 3 years. But first here I'm going through, I'm setting up my settings. I really don't change much at all because, I want to be able to just control my team and let the computer run all the other teams. Okay, now as you can see, I don't change anything, so we're just going to go right in. We're going to take a look at the roster here. Okay, you can see, obviously, we got Wainwright. Going to look at the AAA and the AA roster. I'm going to go over all that. Kind of look at my, my top potential guys. See what I have also. Like, obviously, there's Piscotty. He's a B potential. Go on down, see what other guys I got here. Marco Gonzalez. He's one of the top prospects. As you can see, these OSFM rosters are great. You're going to get all the real guys, the real players from each team. Go on down. That looks about it in AAA. Go to AA. Looks like I got Carson Kelly, catcher. Run on down here. Alex Reyes. He's B potential. Now, he was A potential, but he's had a couple rough years. I wouldn't say terribly rough, but just not as good years, so he's dropped to B potential. So we're going to head on back up. Well, take a look at Carson Kelly. He's catcher. Second position is third base, and he's B potential. Now we got Jaime Garcia. Now one thing, if you get the OSFM rosters, anyone that's injured on your team is going to be put into Class A. So if you're running a franchise, you're going to want to look in Class A to pull them out. Now here we got Charlie Tilson. He's a center fielder. He's B potential. Jack Flaherty. He's a starting pitcher. Magnarius Sierra. Ian McKinney, because I want to get an idea of who all my top potential guys are, because I want to make sure I train them, and I want to train everybody, but I want to make sure I train all these guys that way, because they're the future of my franchise. They're going to be the ones that are going to help me win in the future. Like here again is Marco Gonzalez. Now, as far as my main roster, the first thing I do is I want to look where can I improve the main roster and what kind of moves can I do to do that. And really with the Cardinals, I mean, this is my own personal opinion, but I think I need to try to improve first base because Matt Adams, he just cannot hit a left-hander. He is terrible against left-handers. His ratings aren't very well, and I really want a first baseman who's going to hit good against lefties and righties. And then, you know, maybe shortstop. I like a little bit faster guy at shortstop. And then definitely, if there's a relief pitcher I can pick up, great, I'm going to go for it. I may cut Villanueva that you just saw. He's got a pretty low rating. And then Randall Grichuk, I may swap him out with Piscotty because Grichuk is like a 63 rated C potential, and then you got Piscotty who's like a B potential and already in the I'd have to look again. I think he's in the 70s. And I mean, I just don't get it. Like see here, you got 63 overall and a C potential for Grichuk, and Piscotty's just a better player. And honestly, I feel Grichuk's a little low, too low of a rating. I feel he could actually be a little bit higher. I'm going to take a look at the starting rotation in my bullpen. As you can see, that Matt Belessel, I'm probably going to switch him out with Jaime Garcia, who, like I've said, was on the disabled list. And like I said, I may cut the Villanueva guy. Not sure yet. It's just going to depend on if I can find some relievers to pick up. But overall, I'm very happy, you know, with the pitching staff. You know, who wouldn't be happy with the starting five? They're unbelievable. I got Trevor Rosenthal as my closer. You know, there's a little small gaps in there, but, you know, I'll work on it. But here's my lineup. I mean, pretty decent lineup. Probably have, if I don't end up being able to get another first baseman, I'll probably have Matt Adams and Mark Reynolds. Probably just doing a platoon, just platoon those two guys, but hopefully I'll end up with another first baseman. But I mean, other than that, I'm very happy with the lineup. Now the bench, I've got Tony Cruz as my catcher, Pete Cosma at short, and Peter Borges, and like I said, Randall Grichuk, but I'm probably going to switch him out. But I got some speed with Borges, and also got Mark Reynolds, so he's going to bring some power. But, you know, I only got $10 million to work with on my budget, so I'm not going to be able to fill every hole this year, but hopefully I can get a guy or two in here that's really going to help the team. Now, here's what I was talking about with Matt Adams. As you can see, his contact is only 52 against lefties, but then he's 87 against righties. He's great against righties. But man, he's just so weak against lefties, and I don't want to have a platoon system all the time. I just like having a guy, you know, that I can stick out there and know he's going to be in the lineup every day. And Matt Adams just isn't that guy. I mean, I love the guy, but he's just not going to be there. But another thing you also need to do is you need to look at your guys' contracts. Which, I mean, that's obvious. But if you're thinking about trading a guy, you're going to have to figure out, you know, can I afford to trade this guy? Am I going to be allowed to trade him? Can I even find a team that's going to take on his contract? Because look at Johnny Peralta. I may not even want to get rid of him because he's only $3.9 million a year. And, I mean, the guy's a 76 overall. At $3.9 million, that's a pretty good deal. So I may end up keeping him and not moving him at all. Now, I wanted to show you this. This is what I was talking about with Randall Grichuk and Stephen Piscotty. As you can see, Grichuk, he's a C potential, 63 overall, and they've got him on the Major League roster. Yeah, that overall rating I think is a little low, but I'm not going to go changing the ratings. I mean, OSFM does a pretty good job, and they seem to know what they're doing. So what I'll do is I'll move Grichuk to AAA, and then I'll bring Piscotty up to the Major League team because, as you can see right here, he is a B potential, 72 overall. I mean, he's ready to play in the majors. So I will switch them out, and I'll let Grichuk, you know, keep playing because he'll get to play every day at AAA, which will make his ratings go up quicker. And I'll have Piscotty on the bench at the Major League level. Okay, now we got the new part of franchise mode this year, the GM goals. So we're going to take a look at that, which you can see my yearly goal is win division, contract goal is win World Series. Right now my rating's C, so you know I've got to do good. You got 3 years to do it, or you could possibly get fired. So I've really got to do well right from the start. I think, I mean, I got a decent team. I should do pretty well, so you know I'm not really that worried about it. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at another feature, which is your franchise sponsorships. And what I want to do is I want guaranteed money. I want to make sure I can earn as much guaranteed money as I can. So you got like, you know, 10,000 per double play, 15,000 a seat. Now 35,000 a save is good, but this 20,000 per win. Let me go through, make sure which one's going to give me the best option here. It looks like, you know, 20,000 per win. So every win I'm going to make 20,000 that is going to go toward my budget. So if you win 90 games, that's going to be 180. No, I'm sorry, 1.8 million. So I'm going to go ahead and put that, and then for my replay sponsor, here we got 15,000 per game. So that means every game, home game. And I was wrong about that. I was thinking 162 games. It wouldn't be 1.8 million. It'd be about half that. So it'd be about 900,000. But if I use the 15,000 per game, so that's 82 games that I'm going to be guaranteed money. And then I got my last one here, which I'm probably going to use. Probably going to use the 1,500 per hit. Yeah, the Marucci 1,500 per hit. So that's going to give me the 1,500 per hit, 15,000 per game, and 20,000 per win. So hopefully I can add a couple $1 million to my payroll by the end of the year, which is only going to help me when I go into next year into free agency. So that looks pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the trade block. I'm going to update my trade block. I'm going to go down and I'm going to select a first baseman. Probably go ahead and put shortstop. And then definitely relief pitcher and a starting pitcher. That way, you know, I let other teams know what I'm looking for so they can like offer me trades possibly. Okay, now I'm going to go to my players and I'm going to add Matt Adams. That's going to be the only player that I'm going to put on the trade block for now. I may add some later, but I just really don't know. It's going to depend on if I can pick up a really good shortstop. If I can, I may end up putting Johnny Peralta on there, but I really doubt it. As you can see, Matt Adams is only $630,000 a year. You know, if some way I could pick up another first baseman and not get rid of him, I might let him hang around, but I just don't really see how I could do that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to look at my scouts and see if I'm happy with who my scouts are, because, you know, if you don't scout well and, you know, supply your minors, you're not going to have a very good franchise. And I also don't want to spend a ton of money. I mean, right now it's not too bad. The staff salary total is $12,600. So, I mean, it's not terrible, and that's including my coaches and my manager. So that's not bad. So I'll just take a look at my scouting and set those up how I like it. You want to definitely I want to make sure I got one from the West, one from the Central, one from the East, and one international. And then I also make sure I have 2 that are good at scouting pitchers, and then 2 that are good at scouting position players. And you also want to look at that discovery and efficiency, you know, because that's going to kind of a gauge on how well they do their job. Okay, now what I did is I went ahead and edited this because I've got well over an hour worth of video just explaining how I do my franchise. And I didn't want you to have to sit there and listen to an hour. I don't think you'd want to do that. So what I did is I just went to the end where I set up my scouts so you could see how I set them up on regions and what they scout for, you know, for my franchise and how I do it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go in and assign my scouts on what type of players I want them to go search for. And as you can see, I got one from the West, East, Central, and International. And I got, you know, 2 guys that are good at scouting pitchers and 2 guys that are good at scouting position players. Now, all these players below are already players that their scouting accuracy is already 100%. So you're pretty, you know, sure on these guys, which, you know, they can always be bust, but, you know, you're pretty sure on them. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to go assign each scout to a certain area. That way I've got that all set up and I can start working toward the season and be scouting players at the same time for the upcoming draft. Alright, so here I'm going to set up my first scout. Going to have him going after a pitcher, left-handed with velocity in the West. Then Abernathy, who's in the East. I'm going to set him up to go after a catcher who's got contact. Well, let me see. Fielding and contact. And he's going to be in the East. Okay, then I'm going to set my central guy. Well, let me see. I'm going to put my central guy probably going after a outfielder, contact and power. And then I'm going to set Stahl, my international guy. He's definitely going to be going for a pitcher, a right-handed with command, and he's international. So that's how I just set them up. That way I have them all working while I get working toward the season. Okay, I'm almost ready to get going, but there's a few things that I just wanted to bring up to you so you could definitely check out. If you go to make any kind of roster moves and you're going to move a guy to the minors, make sure he still has his options before you just go ahead and move him, because if he doesn't have any minor league options left, if he's used all 3 of 3, you're going to have to put him on waivers first, because I ran into that with the Balesal guy that I was going to move down and bring up Jaime Garcia. He was out of minor league options, so I had to put him on waivers. Luckily, he went through waivers and everything was good. Another thing is, if you go in to look at your training, because you definitely want to set your team up on training, if you go in and look at it before you've gotten to the regular season, it's going to show that it's all manual. You don't have to set all those individually unless you just want to. If you go ahead and get through spring training and then you start the major league season, it's going to automatically switch it over to auto. At least that's what it did for me. Because, you know, that's what's going to help your potentials go up on your players, so they get that training, so their numbers keep increasing. But, you know, I'm about ready to get this going, so I guess the only thing to do now is go into opening day. We're going to be playing the Chicago Cubs. And to let you know, I am using quick counts, because it's just going to help get me through these games a little bit better. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I'll be using that. So let's get on to opening day.
Now from the windy city of Chicago, there's a beautiful look at fabled Wrigley Field. Opening night here in this brand new season between the Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs.
Spring training is finally over. Got all my franchise work done. My team's ready to go. It's finally opening day, and we're going to get this going with Adam Wainwright versus John Lester. We're taking on the Cubs at Wrigley Field. And we're fixing to take a look at the lineups we got going here. Cardinals have Carpenter, Hayward, Holiday, Molina, Peralta, Reynolds, Wong, Jay, and then Wainwright. Just looking to get off to a really good start here today. Here to take a look at the Cubs. They got Lester pitching, and then you can look at the rest. Got the big bat that I want to watch out for is Anthony Rizzo. You keep him down, you keep him off base, keep him from driving in runs, you're probably going to beat the Cubs. So first inning, got Matt Carpenter up here with a 1-2 count. That was too high. I should have never swung at that.
Now another 1-2. Struck him out, but he'll try for first on the drop third strike. Throw on to first is in time to get him, so that'll go down as a strikeout and a 2-3 putout for out number 1.
He's got to worry about that ball maybe getting away. Fortunately, that's
so we got Hayward, the newest member of the St. Louis Cardinals. Very happy to have Hayward on the Cardinals this year. And look at there's a blast. He just crushed that. That's going to be way out of here. All right, we're already up 1-0. I can't think of a better way to start this season off. Hayward's first at bat with the Cardinals, and he just crushes it over the right field wall.
And you know, after a month down in spring training, near the end, you start to get a little anxious waiting for the season to get going. I guarantee you, he's been looking forward to this at-bat for about a month now, and he makes it. So you can see.
So here we got Matt Holliday up now, and he's going to single right up the middle. So I'm just off to a great start on this one. This is good. Maybe I can reel off about 5-6 wins in a row and get off this season off to a good start. Haven't really decided yet if I want to keep Holliday. He's got that huge contract. Now we got Yadier Molina up here with an 0-2 count. Runner on first. Rip it. Oh, yeah. That was a stroke. That was nice. So now we got 2 outs. Got Johnny Peralta. And he's going to go down too. So, well, it was a good start of the first inning. Hayward crushes a home run. We're up 1-0. So now we just got to see if Adam Wainwright can do his part. Here's how the Cubs look. They got La Stella, Fowler, Rizzo, Soler. Well, that's gone. You know how it goes. So here's Wainwright with a 2-2 count. I would love to hear about your franchise modes. You know, what teams you're using. Like I said, I'm thinking about doing another franchise mode. I would love to hear ideas on what team I should use. I'm really leaning toward the Seattle Mariners because I like them, and you know they'd be a good challenge to build a team. And I really love their stadium. Now here's Anthony Rizzo. You really got to keep this dude from swinging the bat. Luckily, you know, I got him up here with no one on. It's a 2-1 count. You're going to definitely try to keep the ball away from him, because if you put it in for Rizzo, he will crush the things, especially low and in. That was a little too low outside. 3-2 count. Ooh. So we got, all right. Got Rizzo going to be on first. Still, we got 2 outs. All we need to do is just concentrate on this guy. Jorge Soler, he was my number 9 prospect on the top 10 prospects videos I have out. So we K him. So it's off to a good start at the end of the first inning. We're up 1-0.
Second inning coming up here at Wrigley. It's the Cardinals 1.
Okay, Cards didn't do anything at the top of the second, so we're going to the bottom of the second. We got Castro at the plate. Now he's going to hit a ball to right field, and I don't know what I was doing there. If you watch my road to the show, you know I have trouble in the outfield now. I usually don't have trouble in the outfield on the actual game playing this way. I don't really know what the deal was there. I just stopped a little too soon, but Castro ends up with a triple. And this error, you know, it's not on Hayward. That's definitely on me. Boy. So now they're going to have a runner at third with 1 out. That's gonna get the run in there. So all right. So now we're tied 1-1. That's completely on me. Boy. So, okay, here we go to the top of the third. We got Wainwright up here with a 2-2 count.
Just forget about it. You've got to make him bring that thing down.
And he connects with it. This one's hit deep out to left center field. And the third inning gets started with a bang. Home run.
Wow, I cannot believe that. I've never hit a home run with a pitcher ever playing MLB The Show. That is just unbelievable right off the bat. Now, I knew they had a trophy for hitting a home run with a pitcher, I think. And, boy, if they're making it easier to hit home runs with pitcher, that's crazy because they always make it too easy to hit with the pitchers anyway. But, wow, that was awesome. Just can't believe that. So here we are in the fourth. Other than that, really didn't get anything. Cubs went down in the third. Here Mark Reynolds is going to single. So we got a runner on first, 2 outs. Colton Wong. That's going to be a single. So, all right, 2 outs. We got runners on first and second. Here's John Jay. 1-1 count. Let's put one in the alley here, drive both these runs in, and pretty much put an end to this game. It's going to get down. Yep, that gets down. So we're going to end up scoring a run there. Wong's going to go to third. So, all right, we got a 3-1 lead. And now we got Wainwright, our home run hitter, going to be coming back up to the plate. I think I'm going to have John Jay still second here. At least try. Oh, see, that's the one thing. If you don't hit it just perfect, you'll have both those guys try to steal, and that's what I did there. Man, that just ruined the inning. But, you know, we're up 3-1, and things are looking pretty good. Here's Rizzo again. Luckily, like I said, make sure you have him come up with nobody on base. Got a 3-1 count. Bottom of the fourth. Going to get it. Oh. So here we got Rizzo on first, 1-2 count. That's going to be go get, yeah. So that's going to be the first out. Montero's going to be up. 3-2 count, cannot walk this guy. Really want to hang on to this lead. Go get it, Holiday. Get up there. Yeah, that's going to be an out. So it's going to be 2 outs. I really try to, mostly when I'm pitching, I try to just pitch both of these guys away. I try to, you know, mix it up every once in a while. So there's a K on Castro, so that'll end the inning. So I get out of there with no harm done, and we're up at the end of the fourth. We're up 3-1. Okay, we go on to the bottom of the fifth. Cubs end up getting runners on second and third. Got a 2-1 count on Castro again. Go get it, get it, get it. Yeah, boy, Hayward's a good outfielder. So luckily I get out of that with no damage. Boy, that was rough. That was the roughest inning I had yet. So here we go on. Nothing happens all the way to the seventh. It's the bottom of the seventh. 3-1. And we end up putting a guy on. Wainwright's starting to get a little tired. I want to try to get him through this seventh inning. Get over there, Holiday. All right. Okay, now we got Castillo going to come up and pinch hit. Definitely want to, got a 2-2 count on him. Whoa, that almost got back. Get on the bag. Yeah, it's back. All right. So great, at the end of the set, well, I'm sorry, 2 outs in the seventh. We're still up 3-1. Got a runner on second. Wainwright, this will be his last inning. Got to get somebody warming up. All right, going to be a ground out. Yep, ground out to second. All right, we keep our lead of 3-1. Into the 7th, got a 3-1 lead. All right, I've had Manis up warming up. That's going to be it for Wainwright. He's doing a great job. We got a 3-1 lead, so I'm going to bring Manis in, and I have Choate just start stretching and tossing and getting ready. I'll have Rosenthal close it out. Hopefully we'll keep this 3-1 lead. So here comes Seth Manis. Dexter Fowler's up. Got a 2-2 count. All right, so that's 1-0. That was a great way to start that inning. Right, here we got Rizzo. Yes, all right. Wow. Glad to see him gone. He's definitely was somebody I was worried about. So here we got Jorge Soler. Going to go ahead and make sure I get Rosenthal up here. Sit down, Choate. Have Rosenthal ready if I need to bring him in. Got a 3-2 count. And struck him out too. So he strikes out the side. Great inning. Exactly what I wanted. Now let's just get some runs and end this thing in the 9th with Rosenthal. So as you can see at the end of the 8th, we're up 3-1. So here I got 2 outs in the 9th. That's going to be a single up the middle by Wong. So we got something started here with 2 outs. Now we got John Jay coming up. He's got a 3-0 count. Definitely going to be taking on this first pitch. There we go. So now we got runners on 1st and 2nd. Got the pitcher spot coming up. I'm definitely going to pinch hit. It's going to be Piscotty. That's the only thing about my bench. I have no left-handers off the bench unless Reynolds is starting at first. My only lefty would be Adams on the bench. So here we got Steven Piscotty. Going to be pinch hitting. He's got an 0-2 count. Really need to drive him in. Oh, he's going to hits it right back to the pitcher. So that ain't going to get it done. So we're going to go into the 9th inning. We got a 3-1 lead. We got Rosenthal coming in. So we should be able to shut this thing down and open up opening day with a win. Hopefully. You know how Rosenthal is. And sometimes with my pitching, you just never know. But here we go. We're going to bring Rosenthal into the game. So we got Montero up. Got a 1-1 count. Don't start that. I do not need to. I'm going to make every one of these guys hit the ball. All right, 2-2 count. I'm bringing a fastball, buddy. Ah, a little high. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's not a good way to start it. It's okay, we got to go. Runner on 1st, got Starlin Castro. Now this guy, he'll K for you. Just throw it out of the strike zone. Ended up put it a little too. There we go. Yeah, see. He will definitely, if you need a strikeout, you want Castro at the plate. So right, we got Chris Coughlin up. Still got that runner on 1st. Double play. Oh, hit the wrong button. Damn. Alright, let's hope that doesn't come back to kill me. Damn. We'll turn the double play. Hit the wrong button. Alright, we got 2 outs though. Runner on 2nd. Luckily, we got a 2-run lead. Herrera's up here. Got a 1-1 count. That looks like that'll be it. Alright, so we start out opening day with a win. Wow, that's exactly what I wanted. Wainwright throws an awesome game. Wainwright hits. I mean, freaking Wainwright hit a home run. It's unbelievable. That's first home run, like I said, first home run I've ever had with a pitcher. I just can't believe it. Wainwright's definitely the MVP of this game. Hayward also hits a home run. So, I mean, yeah, look, Wainwright, player of the game. So, thanks for watching. I know it's kind of a longer video, but I wanted to show you how I set up my franchise and get that opening day game out of the way. I definitely look forward to my next episode in my St. Louis Cardinals franchise, so I'll see you guys later.